Paalisin niyo yan! Paunahin niyo! Paalisin niyo yan!
Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road acting on a request from the Barangay. They asked MMDA, can you go here and clear our streets of illegally parked vehicles? This street has a one-side parking ordinance, but as you can see there are vehicles parked on both sides. So many of them will be ticketed now for illegal parking. Aside from those parked on the road, you'll see many obstructing the sidewalk. That's why they're rushing now to move their vehicle and avoid a ticket. A lot of people consider the sidewalks an extension of their home. Or if not an extension of the home, an extension of the business. No respect for public places. Thankfully, many of the drivers are coming out, meaning they can leave with just a ticket instead of being impounded. I see a lot of PWD ramps every day, and they're nearly always obstructed by vehicles. It's very rare to see one that's not obstructed. You'll see the enforcers also taking his own photos just to prove where the vehicle is before ticketing it. So if there's an argument later, he can use that as evidence. See, this is what happens when you allow one-side parking. It just becomes a dumping site for everything, and not just the road, but the sidewalk as well. Maybe that's why the Barangay asked the MMDA to go in here and try and clean this up. In fact, I can see a lady over here starting to remove stuff from the sidewalk, probably worried that the clearing team will take it. I don't know why she doesn't want to keep it inside her own home. I just saw her run out of one of the houses. Someone did come out for this vehicle, but so far they haven't showed a license. They've advised her that they need a license, otherwise they'll have to tow it away. So they're giving a 5-minute courtesy. So allegedly the car belongs to the son. He's not here. That's why there's no licensed driver to take a ticket and move it. And there you go, another washing machine that's in the road. They are taking it inside now, but I don't know what would happen when the team leave. I was actually here when the Barangay approached the team and asked them for assistance in clearing their street. So they scheduled it for coordination, got them to sign the coordination letter, and then today's the operation. That guy's wrestling with. He doesn't want to let him record. It is a public place. He does have the right to record. And this is the thing. People will continue to extend and extend their property to have more living space. How come they never gave any consideration to putting a parking space inside, right? How can you make a property this big and then use the public road as your parking?
Paalisin niyo yan! Paunahin niyo! Paalisin niyo yan!
Kami, one-side parking lang po kami. Ay, hindi ko kami babayad. Tarong tayo sa barangay kasi one-side parking lang po kami. Ako to yung pinatawag yung barangay dito.
Sige po. Boss, hindi natin kailangan magsigawan dito. Pero pwede natin kausapin na maayos dito.
Alam po yung Bong Nebrija.
Oo.
Kasi po, one-side parking po.
Yun nga po, one-side parking nga po. Huwag na reklamo. Diba? O nakita nyo yung bumbero. Paano kung di natin cleaner yan? Diba? Wala silang sense of ano eh.
See all that smoke up there? That's what they're rushing to. If it was 30 minutes ago, they wouldn't be able to get through this road because of all the illegally parked vehicles. This is meant to be the sidewalk, but it became a grilling area, a barbecue area. The problem is, if MMDA let them take this inside, more likely they'll just put it back when MMDA leave. Okay, so the lady just handed over her ID. That means the SCOG team are going to issue a ticket. It's similar to a traffic violation, but instead of going against your license, it goes against your name. And if you don't pay that ticket, you cannot renew your MBI clearance. The team have now continued to another street. I just heard the alarm beep for this, so yeah, there's the driver. She must have just woken up now. Hopefully the residents are a bit more reasonable on this street. The sidewalk here is actually meant to be relatively wide, but as you can see, some vehicles are obstructing it. That's why they're issuing a ticket. The crazy thing is, if you look at the driveway, it's empty. There's nothing there. The car could go inside. It's the exact same thing over here. Pedestrians are forced into the road. The cars are parked on the sidewalk, and the garages are empty. Right? Doesn't really make sense to me why no one wants to park inside the garage. Maybe they're worried about someone blocking them in, like an illegally parked vehicle. But still, sidewalk is sidewalk. That's why it doesn't make sense to me when people say that ticketing and towing illegally parked vehicles is anti-poor. how is it anti-poor? The SUV versus a pedestrian. It's actually an alternating one-side parking ordinance. So for the first part of the month it's one side, for the second part of the month it's the other side. This is usually to provide even wear on the road, provide access to street sweepers, and just to try and make things better for people that don't like having vehicles parked in front of their home. I was about to ask if this was impounded for illegal parking or no license. I just noticed the steering is locked, so it must have been illegal parking. One more street, one more ticket, and obviously if there's no driver, up on the tow truck. The SUV was already ticketed and he'll be required to drive away now to clear the road. This vehicle was also ticketed, as well as that one parked right on the corner. It's really annoying when people park on the corner. It makes the situation dangerous and difficult for other drivers that want to make the turn. He was already ticketed. I saw him give his license, so he just needs to drive away.